Hello, my name is Colby Self. I'm the Director of Texas Tutoring Supports with the Texas Education Agency, and I want to thank you for joining us today. We're here to present and answer some questions that individuals have had that have been shared with our House Bill 4545 FAQ surrounding the use of ST Math as part of LEA's tutoring programs and how that can be leveraged for use there. Just a reminder, if you have general questions about House Bill 4545 or tutoring and standing up your high impact tutoring program, you can always reach us through email at texastutoring@tea.texas.gov. If you have specific questions about ST Math, the presenters will let you know how to better submit your questions and get answers regarding the use of their product. Again, thank you for joining us today. I'm going to turn it over to our presenters with ST Math.
Thanks, Colby. Welcome to the ST Math webinar for the Texas Education Agency and House Bill 4545. My name is Gabby Grossman. I am a former Texas educator and administrator, and I'm excited to be with you today as you discover ST Math and how it can be used to meet the requirements of House Bill 4545. Before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about ST Math and Mind Research Institute. ST Math was created by Mind Research Institute, a nonprofit neuroscience social impact organization whose mission is to ensure that all students are mathematically equipped to solve the world's most challenging problems. We are a team of former educators, mathematicians, scientists, game designers, and so much more, all committed to transforming education and closing the experience gap for all learners to raise the next generation of critical thinkers and problem solvers. Mind Research Institute and TEA have teamed up to make ST Math available for all K-5 students in Texas through the Texas Home Learning Project for the next 3 years. Our platform is currently available and can be used as a primary supplement for all of your students, but today we're going to focus on how ST Math can be used to meet the requirements of House Bill 4545. The passage of HB 4545 establishes new requirements for accelerated instruction or additional supports for students in grades 3 through 8 who did not pass the STAR. One option that schools have is to provide 30 hours of supplemental instruction or tutoring for those students. TEA has listed out specific criteria for what qualifies as accelerated instruction. Before we go any further, let's review what those are. Instruction must be targeted and TEKS aligned for the applicable grade level and subject area. It should be delivered one-on-one or in a small group with no more than 3 students. Instruction must be designed to assist the student in achieving satisfactory performance for the applicable grade level or subject area and provided by a person with training in the instructional material. Instruction should be delivered under the oversight of the school district and to the extent possible provided by the same person for the entirety of the student's supplemental instructional period. The good news is ST Math meets all of these requirements, which we will cover in this presentation. Under HB 4545, the accelerated instruction that a student receives must be a supplement to normal instruction, and ST Math is just that. ST Math is a core curriculum agnostic supplement aligned to TEKS that can also be correlated to your school's core curriculum. Students can complete their personal pathway or journey, specific strategically teacher-assigned objectives, or participate in small group puzzle talks where they engage in rich mathematical discourse. According to HB 4545, it is required that the supplemental instruction that a student receives be one-on-one or in a small group with no more than 3 students. ST Math is an individualized, self-paced, mastery-based program. Students work by themselves through their grade level objectives at their own pace and receive more challenging puzzles as they master content. Tutors can support students one-on-one through puzzles using questions and prompts shared later in the presentation. Additionally, tutors can facilitate rich mathematical discourse with 2 to 3 students by choosing puzzles strategically from the grade level objectives. Each student's journey is an individualized pathway sequenced by educators, mathematicians, and neuroscientists to create an optimal path through the ST Math grade level content. The design of the path has ensured that the content scaffolds and spirals, and there is a high priority on topics of major focus. Each student's journey is aligned to the TEKS for their grade level and ensures there is a heavy emphasis on the major work of the grade level as determined by the TEKS, meeting the HB 4545 requirement that the accelerated instruction is TEKS aligned. Students will predominantly work on mastering the major topics prior to moving on to additional and supplemental topics so that they spend their time on the most critical areas of their grade level. Additionally, you can strategically assign objectives by standard to target specific areas based on data from formal or ongoing assessments. As you can see here, when you organize the content by standards and grade level, you can see all the ST Math objectives that align to each TEK, allowing teachers to determine the most critical concepts to work on first. The journey is both self-paced and mastery-based, and the content scaffolds and spirals to ensure that students are getting the grade level's most critical content. Under HB 4545, the instruction must be designed to assist the student in achieving satisfactory performance in the applicable grade level and subject area. ST Math is designed to be exactly that. ST Math starts completely visual and has intentionally easy entry points or a low floor. That way, we ensure that all students have access to the content at its most basic level, and then as students master each level, the puzzles grow in complexity and become more symbolic. This scaffolding design ensures that even students several grade levels behind in math can still realize success, and that once they get to the more complex puzzles, they have a deep conceptual understanding of the math and the confidence to take on more challenging puzzles. Additionally, each time students attempt to solve a puzzle, an animation plays out showing them what they did correct or incorrect, giving them the formative feedback they need to continue to build on or develop new schema. Lastly, an important requirement of HB 4545 is that the instruction be provided by an individual with training in aligned instructional materials and under the LEA's oversight. Ideally, the same individual provides tutoring continuously for the student's entire supplemental instruction period. ST Math provides many avenues of training, including paid, high-quality professional learning, free monthly webinars specifically for Texas educators, a robust help site, and an online asynchronous academy. Our professional learning options include, but are not limited to, how to get started, how to use data to monitor and support students, and how to integrate ST Math into your mathematical practices. There are two important resources to be aware of in order for tutors to support students in using ST Math. The first is the problem-solving process. We know that when working through challenging content, students are going to productively struggle and need support. The problem-solving process is a way for tutors to engage with students using only questions and prompts to help them work through the content without taking away any of the student lift. The steps of the problem-solving process are notice and wonder, predict and justify, test and observe, and analyze and learn. Let's take a look at what this looks like with one of our puzzles. Whenever students start out a new puzzle, we want them to notice and wonder everything on the screen. So we might say, what do you notice? What do you wonder? And ideally, they would say, I see a 3, I see shoes, I see an ostrich. The next step is to use existing schema and everything they see on the screen to make a prediction about what they should do. We also want them to be able to explain why they think their prediction will work, even if it's incorrect. So we would say, what is your prediction? And they might say, I think we should choose 2 shoes because I see the ostrich has 2 legs. And then we would say, why do you think this is going to work? And they might say, I see 2 legs. I think the 2 shoes are going to go to the ostrich, and the ostrich is going to walk across the screen. Then we test and observe. We press the green go button, and we watch the animation play out. During this observation, they will get formative feedback from the animation that shows them why they were right or wrong. When I hit the green go button, I see here the ostrich turns into 3 ostriches. The shoes go up to one ostrich and only one is able to walk across the screen. So when we ask the student to describe what happened, that's what they would hopefully say. Then they analyze and learn. They use that formative feedback to think about what happened and if they were incorrect, what they should do differently the next time. So here we would say, what did you learn? And they would say, I learned that the 3 means there are 3 ostriches. And if there are 3 ostriches and they each need 2 shoes, I need to choose more shoes. We have resources for the problem-solving process on our help site, including bookmarks, posters, and sentence stems to help you and students through this process. The other resource that will be helpful for tutors in their use of ST Math is the Educator Console. Each teacher or tutor has access to many different metrics for each student in order to monitor and support their students. Once you log in and click into your class, you have a high-level overview of the student metrics, including their minutes and puzzles for the week and previous week, and whether or not they have an alert and need your support. You can also see what game and objective they are currently working on. You can then click into that specific student profile to see usage information, what objectives and assignments they've completed, and historical information about their performance. This makes it incredibly easy to not only monitor and support students, but to keep track of data as you work through the student's supplemental instructional period. For more information, or if you have any questions, please go to stmath.com/Texas. From there, you can get information about upcoming webinars, learn more about ST Math in Texas, and fill out a contact form to sign up for ST Math.